The NFL draft is rapidly approaching, and the Detroit Lions head into the 2024 draft with 7 draft picks. It seems like we keep going between 6 and 7. 7 is a solid number. I think the first year we had 5, and then we eventually had 7. And then last year, I think we went into the draft with 7. So 7 is a number that's very special to the Detroit Lions, apparently. But I saw something a few days ago, and I immediately thought of our Detroit Lions and our general manager, Brad Holmes, because this is you can put nothing past this guy. Let me be very clear. I'm very critical of him when it comes to a pass rush. If you go and check the tape, the only thing I talk negative about him is the pass rush. It seems like that is his weakest component when it comes to drafting on this team, is pass rush and free agency. Aleem McNeil, stud. Hutch, stud. Pascal, Levi, not so much. Broderick, jury still out, right? So free agency, absolutely nothing. Nothing has been done in free agency over the course of his 3 years, right? Romeo, Julian, I think they were already here. You can't even name really a guy that he's brought in. So outside of that, he has really knocked it out the park. And if you, like I said, that's my critique of Brad Holmes, okay? But one thing I do know is that he is a wild card. He's always been. First year, you're kind of like wondering what he's going to do. He finessed them 5 picks into 7, got one of the best wide receiver, top 3, 5 arguably in the NFL, St. Brown, right? But so he's very good at some things, and then he's like totally off in others, right? But I think we all have that quality. But the Chicago Bears are in a bit of a pickle heading into the NFL draft. Now, this team has had the first overall pick for 2 years in a row. That does not happen that often. I did not even know this until the making of this video, that the Chicago Bears, you would never believe this unless you are really kind of inclined to be involved in everything NFL. I'm going to show you something here. And it got me to thinking. Y'all ready for this? The Chicago Bears have 4 draft picks. They have 2 in the top 10. And then they don't put picks. Shout out to Tankathon, because this is new. This is new up here. This is new. This wasn't here before the round and the pick. They don't pick again into the 3rd round, pick 11, and then the 4th round. And they have nothing else. Nothing. Now, they've traded away Justin Fields. So they're going to stay here and take their quarterback, whoever that's going to be. They're going to stay here. This pick, however, is the one that's in question. Now, according to an NFL scout, the Chicago Bears, he would be shocked, or they, because I don't know if it's a dude, they would be shocked if the Chicago Bears stayed at pick 9. And seeing that, I would be shocked as well. They could get quite the haul trading away pick 9, and they're going to need it. Now, do I want to see my NFC North rival thrive? I do not. But the teams are going to try to get better. We have to stay better. We have to stay even more better. Now, Brad did trade up to get Jameson Williams with the Minnesota Vikings. He traded away TJ Hawkinson to the Minnesota Vikings. So a trade in division is not preposterous. My question is, how would you feel if the Detroit Lions traded up for 29 from 29 to 9? And you might be like, Derek, into the 20 spots. Wait a minute. Think back. Do I have the dream music on my soundboard? I think I do. Or close enough to it. I think I do. So let's play it. It might be this one. Think back. 2 years ago, 2022 NFL draft. We hear this right here. I'm all over the place. The Detroit Lions have made a trade with the Minnesota Vikings. The Detroit Lions are on the clock. And then we hear with the 12th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select Jameson, or as Roger Goodell like to say, Jameson, messed his name all up, Williams, wide receiver, Alabama. Moved up 20 spots from 32 to 12, because remember, the Rams won the Super Bowl. So it's not just ridiculous to think that the Detroit Lions can move up. The spot is only 3 picks higher. All right. and we're going 3 picks higher. It's the same exact thing. Would the Detroit Lions, would you be mad if the Detroit Lions traded up? Which I think is an absolute true possibility. Now, if we look at who could Detroit Lions take at pick number, we look at the big board here, or the mock draft. Let's pull in the mock draft from Tankathon and see who could the Detroit Lions, if they did decide to trade up. And one thing I like about Brad Holmes is you can't say that this content is ridiculous, because the guy, there's some things that I'm convinced he won't do anymore, and that's spend money in free agency. Like, I'm convinced. But when it comes to the NFL draft, he will do whatever. There's nothing off the table. All right. So we know that these are off the board. We wouldn't need these guys anyway. First 3 picks are probably going to be quarterbacks. So we know we're good with that. We drafted one last year. We got Jared Goff, who's probably going to be extended. Then we have Marvin Harrison Jr., right? So then we go with Malik Neighbors. Now, those 5 are probably off the table. But how about the next 5? J.J. McCarthy, we know we're not going to get him. We bet not take an offensive tackle. Dallas Turner, look at this here. This right here is, you see how my voice went up a few octaves? Well, it went up a few octaves. This is intriguing. The Detroit Lions, you're talking about right in this range here, right? So the Atlanta Falcons, they could take a edge. They could take any number of players, but right around here. So let's say we moved up. Or if you guys wanted a wide receiver and you wanted the guy from Washington who balled out in the national championship game, right? What if you did? Now, this is ridiculous. Get out of here. And I know a lot of you guys want this guy as well. But if the Detroit Lions traded up, and if it goes like this, I did hear this. This whole thing has been gaining steam tremendously. J.J. McCarthy to the Giants. I saw it today. So if falls like this or similar, what about this? What about this, man? Either one of these guys. Now, you know me, edge rusher first. But either one of these guys. What would you say? So the Detroit Lions, if the Bears are going to trade back, they're going to need some capital. We're going to come up, and you know this, that Brad Holmes he will trade up. He will trade up 20 spots for a guy that he wants. Now, I believe that Brad Holmes wanted Will Anderson Jr. I know a lot of y'all think he wanted, what's his name? On the tip of my tongue. The dude that went to Devon Witherspoon. A lot of y'all, and it could have been either way. I feel like he wanted Will Anderson Jr., but I think the price was too high. So here's how I think it. I think he wanted Will Anderson. The price was too high. He might have been willing to take Devin after that. Then when they took him at 5, he was like, I'll trade back. And we know we got Jahmyr Gibbs and wind up getting Brian Branch from that deal as well, right? So let's say Brad Holmes wants to come up. We know it's going to be for a guy he really wants. Out of those 2 players, Rome Odunze and Dallas Turner, which one are you taking? You already know. 112 said it the best. You already know. Give me Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner all day, every day. Opposite Hutch, Bama kid, we good to go. That happens, I'm good. I am good, because whatever happens after that, I know I'm good after. Like, literally, if we took Dallas Turner, anything after that, I'm cool. I'm cool, because we're only going to get better after that. Like, that is, just give me that. I can't even stress that enough. So let me know in the comment section, which one are you taking? And I'm going to say, okay, so the Detroit Lions traded up from 32 to 12. They had to give up pick 32, 40, 32, 34, 61, 60 something, right? So in order to come up, but they wind up getting 46 and 12. So to come up, they would have to give up. Since we don't have, I'm going to say in order to come up, they're going to have to obviously pick number 29. I think 61 is gone, which is our next pick. So our second round pick is done. And, that's tough. That's tough. We would probably get another pick. I'm going to say for the Detroit Lions to trade up, we would have to give up 29. We have to give up our second round pick next year and a second round pick this year. And we would get a third round pick. So the Detroit Lions would get pick 9 and a third round pick. And the Detroit Lions would have to give up 29 this year's second and next year's second to come up. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think the Bears are trying to, there's no way they sell the first pick, especially with Justin being gone. Like, they have no quarterback, so they have to do that. But that 9th pick, that's up for debate. And they need some capital. If they want to compete with us and the Green Bay Packers and not be basement dwellers, they're going to need to trade that pick. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you to my viewers, subscribers, and members. This channel is made possible because of all of you. I have to say this. I had a blast with the giveaway yesterday. There's a famous book that says it's better to give than receive. I believe that. I had a blast giving. It makes me want to give even more. This channel has always been for and about the people. And I've got some ideas, but I will say this. I want a Lions helmet on the side of me. I don't know where. I don't want to clutter this space up, but I'm thinking about maybe a helmet somewhere or something like that. You guys can put it in the comment section, but we got many, many, many more giveaways to happen. It made me feel really good yesterday giving back to the people. As far as I know, not many channels are doing that. So you guys are awesome, man. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.